Hello everybody, and welcome back. Last episode, we completed part 1 and part 2 of the Far Side of Tears book quest. Today's episode, we're going to do part 3 and 4. The story so far has basically focused on the introduction to the ship, what it's like, what it looks like, how it's built, what it was used for, what it is used for, etc., etc. And the story left off with the ship seeing that Freeport had been basically surrounded in the water by all kinds of ships. So we are about to see what's going to happen. Is there going to be a fight? What exactly? I'm intrigued. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. If you enjoy my channel, please subscribe. Also give a like to the video as well. I do appreciate it very, very much. So the first part of the story, I went ahead and accepted the quest. So it tells us that we need to go and kill 7 Valen Quarry sentries. So we're going to go over there, but let me read the introduction. The ruse was risky, but we all agreed that we could not sail indefinitely if Freeport were blockaded. While the Assault was the finest ship on the sea, it didn't have the capacity to provision the crew without resupplying. The captain ordered us to let the wind out of our sails and allowed the twin ship to close upon us. Once the other ship was within range, we would hoist our sails and position ourselves to take the wind from our pursuer's sails. We're going to go ahead and take the stable over to Tree Toes. Alright, now the quarry sentries, I think we need to go into the actual quarry. So let's head on down there. Let's go up here. See what we find. Here we go. Ouch. Thank you, Elder. Okay, I saw him. He's going all the way around that side. We're going to have to get him from this way. Let's take a peek inside some of these tunnels and see what we find. Last thing I want to do is get lost in here. Here we go. Ooh, blood iron ore. Interesting. Isn't that the ore that's in Death Fist? Citadel? Not sure. Oh, there he is. I knew there was one. The ultimate goal, of course, would be to come alongside the twin ship and board her. The assault had never been taken in battle. Our crew was in fine condition for it. This was another reason the captain wanted the other ship to catch us. If we were unable to resupply within a reasonable period, the crew might be worse off. By taking charge of the time and place our ships would meet, the captain was putting us in the least amount of danger as he could. So now we have to look for Quarry Elite. Let's go, Stamper. Here they are. I need 8 of these. So let's see what we find. Oh, Krigg Stone Stance. And there's an elite over there. There's 2 of them. I wonder if I could possibly just pull them without getting the names. No, not gonna happen. Well, let's get the ones we need for the quest. Nice. Good job, Stamper. Okay, now that's all in this area, and we still need to get 3 more. So let's mosey on over into that other tunnel. There's one right there. Yep. Okay, it's probably named in here also. Perhaps. Can't tell. These are the two that we need. Alrighty. Okay, there is a named in here. Nixum Dugdiggle. Let's read the book before we try to get him. In the dark of the night, lit only by the stars, the tears takes on a menacing, deceptive calm. The captain ordered us to maintain silence, enabling us to hear the sounds carrying across the water. We could see lights aboard the vessels patrolling Freeport's harbor, though we were much too distant to hear any voices. Waiting is always the worst part of any task. Instead of forgetting oneself in the doing, all that we could do was think about it. Alright, so now we need to get 6 petrified deadwood, so we need to leave this place, but before we do, we are going to attempt a named level 40. First one ever for her, and the game is on. Okay, let's get out of this place. Okay, well, what you want to do is you want to take the stable to the refuge station. And we want to come over this way. And the petrified deadwood is these trees. We need 6 of them. Alright, I guess the brittle tenders come with these trees. Silly trees. Boy, that was chaotic. Oh, Deadwood Bellow isn't named. Alrighty then. Oh, we got one too many trees. That's okay. We waited until we saw the shadow of the twin ship against the lights in the harbor. She had slowed her progress, but was still moving quickly through the inky water and still following our course. Once she reached a good distance, the captain gave a signal and the crew hoisted the sails. We used our black sails this time to prevent them from reflecting the starlight and giving away our position too soon. Alright, now we need to get these brittle tender dudes. The other ship glided closer and closer. Now its white sails were clearly visible to us, no longer just a shadow on the sea. We were turned toward her and on course to slip along her side for boarding. Thanks to the skill of the captain and our crew, we were nearly close enough to see the expressions of surprise on the faces of the other ship's crew, and before they changed their course slightly to avoid us, now they were the pursued. Alright, now we need 7 sullen centurions. We need 7 of them. There's one right there. Oh, there's a whole group. We discovered the mythical forest. Sweet. I don't know what's so mystical about it, though. This whole place looks pretty dead. Thanks to the orcs. Alright, let's see if we can find that group that was walking this way. There they are. Oh, they're all over the place. Okay. There we go. I just need one more. Oh! Alright, let's come over here out of harm's way. They did not flee toward the ships in Freeport's harbor, merely turning aside to make boarding more difficult. We had determination on our side, however, and we corrected and matched the other ships' moves. Closer and closer we drew to each other. "Look at its name," whispered the young lad with seasickness, pausing in his heaving. Her name was the Devastator. Alright, now we need to go back into the quarry up to the 3rd level and get 7 more elites. I'll be back when we get up there. As we drew closer, the Devastator's resemblance to the Assault was increasingly apparent. The shipwright who had built the Assault for its former cloth merchant owner had evidently built a duplicate ship for some other purpose. Whether that purpose was as a warship, or whether the Devastator had been converted from a merchant vessel, we did not know. Years of familiarity with the design allowed us to know that in close quarters fighting, we would know our way around their ship quite well. Alright, we need cave adders. Now those are not the same ones we got before. But we need to get out of here first. We're going to come around here to stable.
Hail!
And go to the defiled forest post. Alright, this is a new area. I think what we need to do is just go down right here. So we're going to follow this path till we hit that cave, which I think is right outside of the gate. There's the cave adders right there. Okay, so we got 3 of them. See if there's any more inside. Aha! Okay, read the book. We threw our grappling hooks and secured them as soon as we were within range. Naturally, they were throwing their hooks toward us as well. Since our seasick lad was already looking down, he now divided his time between heaving and using his knife to cut their lines. The ships pulled together, and at the first bump, dozens of our seasoned crew climbed onto the Devastator. Alright, we need to go back and get 6 more of those petrified deadwoods. Aha. Didn't have to go far. Unless that's the named. No. Oh, there's more than one. Oh boy. Let's see. Well, guess we're doing it. All right. The orcs manning the Devastator were fierce, but not plentiful, so our advantage lay in sheer numbers. They did not have the forces to both attempt boarding the assault and to fight off our crew members who'd already crossed to their ship. My role was in defense of the assault, and from my vantage point I saw our captain fight his way to theirs and engage him. All right, back into the quarry for some more elite. All right, this time we need 8 of them. And we are going to go in this particular hallway first. Okay, and that is the end of book 3. And now we're going to start with book 4. The captain divided the crew between the assault and the Devastator. I remained with him on the assault. And before we cut the lines linking the two ships, the captain walked throughout the Devastator, taking note of any differences between it and the assault. The orcs had made some minor modifications to the ship, primarily in the way the interior spaces were allocated. While unlikely that these changes resulted in the Devastator's speed, the captain intended to introduce them to the assault. Why take a chance? All right, now we need to go and kill 10 valley deer. So let's get out of this place. All right, we're over where we got the grizzly bears earlier, and the deers are kind of intertwined in there. Let's see if we can not pull the grizzlies. They are not aggro, so... or the deer aren't. So I want to make sure that we're careful with that. Of course, we might end up with a group of bears anyway. Let's see. Okay. See if there's any more deer. Oh, we'll just follow this around. We'll get there eventually. I see. Go. What are you doing? Stamper, where are you going? He's going berserk on me. He's had enough. Right. He went inside? I don't even know what he's doing. I guess the deer ran inside the cave. Very odd. That was very, very strange. Alright, now there's supposed to be some more deer over here. And that's actually the safe zone. So, get on over there. Our plans have changed, the captain announced. We are going back to Caledon and gathering to us whatever Freeport vessels we find. Then we'll return to Freeport and scatter the Deathfist Navy. The captain looked over the assembled crew and said, "We're going to fly their flag. Anyone who objects will be tossed overboard to join the orcs of the Devastator in Prexis Hold." No one said a word, but several sidelong glances were exchanged. After all, flying another's flag was a pirate's trick. All right, now we need to go get some more centurions. I only got credit for 2 because one of those wasn't aimed. Which is unfortunate. We're going to get more than we need. But The lieutenant doesn't count, so we're good. Nice. We turned about, and both ships headed back toward Caledon, flying the colors of our enemy. The captain's purpose was clear: trick the Deathfist Navy into believing they had taken the assault. It was a bit trickier convincing the straggling Freeport ships we encountered along the way that we were still men of Freeport. But both the Assault and the Devastator were much more nimble than any other ship on the tiers. We circled closer and closer until the men of the other ship could see we weren't orcs or buccaneers. By the time we reached Caledon, the captain had gathered a good-sized force. All right, now we need to go back into the quarry and just get regular sentries, not the elite. And our buddy. Oh there, Mr. Miner. Everybody else is upstairs, but there's one here. Oh, there he is. Oh, nice of you to meet us. Alright, let's go in here. With the Assault and the Devastator to either side of the Caledon harbor to catch any ships attempting escape, the remnant of the Freeport fleet swept in and overtook the Deathfist ships at anchor. The stinking orcs were all put to the sword and flung overboard. We took aboard what provisions we needed, and we rested for the first time in days. It felt almost like a holiday. All right, 6 more petrified woods. I'll be back when we get there. All right, I went to refuge. We need 6 of them. So, let's see what we can get here. Oh, we got that named again. That's okay. Nice. Accomplished undead hunter. The captain recruited more sailors among the shore folk. Some were dwarves, short and swarthy. Others were slender elves that looked like a good gust of wind would carry them away. In all, their eyes burned hatred for the Deathfist orcs, and they gladly joined our ranks. Despite misgivings expressed about the government of Freeport, they were willing to help us, knowing that breaking the grip of the Deathfist on the harbor would reopen trade routes closed by the blockades. Well, this is something new. We need to kill 10 waste crawlers. No idea what those are. Okay, they're over there. So that means we need to go to the defiled forest post. And we're here. You know what? We could just run along here and get there. Let's do that. Actually, the refuge station is right down the hill, so let's just go there. I think the gnawlers are bears. Yeah. So we need to kill 10 of them. Rested, provisioned, and reinforced, the assault and the devastator led the way back through the tiers toward Freeport. This crossing would be slower, as our navy now consisted mostly of older merchant ships. On the second day of the journey, the blockade around Freeport came into view. The harbor here was cut further inland, unlike the bay at Caledon, and so here the blockade formed a semicircle covering a wider area. We swiftly counted the Deathfist Navy's flotilla. We were evenly matched. All right, we need to get Bracken's sprites. Be over here. We are here. So, really, if we were to ride down to the refuge station, we would be good. So that's what we're going to do. There's the Druid ring, yes, those are the sprites right there. Perfect. Oh, I think I got another, I think, yeah. Nice. Alright, somebody else is hunting them, so... you need to pull them in if you can. Okay, are these more bracken sprites over here? Yeah. Okay, cool. Don't need the diviner ones. That's why we weren't getting all our updates. There we go. The Deathfist orcs often boasted that men were easier to kill in the hours between dusk and dawn. In some ways, this is true, as our eyes are not as accustomed to the dark. However, this time our ships bore with us dwarves who lived in cities carved beneath mountains, and elves whose sight is keener than any orcs. The captain had had these folks spread amongst all the ships, that we would all benefit from their native abilities. The assault carried a handful of the most beautiful elvish maidens I had ever seen. There was nothing wrong with the captain's eyesight whatsoever. Alright, now we gotta get some more centurions. Oh, good. Okay, we're good. Unlike our attack at Caladim, we approached in a wave from the south, rather than positioning ourselves amongst the enemy ships before the attack. The first ships we encountered were taken by surprise, obviously not expecting such a large, well-provisioned fleet of Freeport ships to attack. Also, they had recognized the Devastator and the Assault, both of which still flew the Deathfist colors, and had assumed that we were reinforcing them. By the time the other ships further north turned toward us, we were leaving a trail of burning, sinking, deathfish ships in our wake. So now it says we will find another page of the book at the Bridge of Zek. So that is where we must go. Arrows flew between the ships as they neared, and the air crackled with magical spells and counterspells cast. A thunderbolt, the like I had never seen, struck the Devastator's mainmast, and its top splintered off in an explosion that set its sails aflame. Quickly, its crew contained the fires and cut the lines to the burning sails. The assault swooped in to turn on the lead deathfish ship. Our hearts filled with rage. The water was filling with debris from the dozens of ships destroyed thus far. Maneuvering was difficult, but the assault was still the most nimble ship on the water. Okay, we need to kill 7 more of those bears.
Well met.
Hey, Mr. Bear, come back this way. It should be the last 2 unless there's more coming. Go. Part 4 complete. And I'm 38. Boy, I got quite a few levels doing this particular book quest. I want to thank you for joining me today. Please give a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you next time. Take care all. Bye-bye now.